How's it going out there, District 750? This is Casey coming to you live from a place that I spend a lot of my time, which is my truck. Right now I'm southbound on I-29, heading from Omaha towards Kansas City area and later Wichita after that. But I want to take a couple of minutes and introduce you to the first installment of the video series I'm going to be calling Truck Nuggets. And you say, Casey, what's a truck nugget? Well, that's just going to be little nuggets of useful information that I deliver to you via video from my truck. And the reason that I have this idea is because, right now is a good time to find new, creative, better ways of communicating with our customers. With everything going on in the world right now, it's a great time to do some personal assessments and get plans together and make sure that we come out of whatever stands in front of us for the next few weeks even stronger than we went in. And so, just a couple of things to keep in mind here with the uncertainty that is our current situation. More than anything, guys, I just want to ask you to try to have a plan, whatever that may be. Now is the time to get in front of the next few weeks of retail, whether they continue to be great, like for the most part they have been, or they start to slow down a little bit. As door swings go down, that does not mean that people are paying attention to you less. And so we may need to find better ways to communicate with someone because they may not be just stumbling into your dealership like they typically do in years past. But let's have a plan and be ready for that, okay? So more than anything, I don't really have to tell you this, but I will. Your staff, your teams, and your customers obviously come first. And as you communicate with them, make sure that that is crystal clear. And I want to tell you that no matter what happens, that is what you should know from myself, from Tim, from Maddie. You guys come first. If you need anything during this time, please communicate heavily with us as well as your other OEMs and let us know how to best help you. And we will do everything that we can to be the very best business partner that we can, okay? So the other thing is, like I mentioned before, take some time to effectively and deliberately communicate with your customers. They may not come into your store, but there's a lot of cool creative things that I'm hearing out there from you, the dealers, that some stores are doing, and it's working already. Things like making sure that customers understand that home delivery of a unit or a part is an option. Units are continuing to be retailed out there. People still want to be out there recreating, and probably more than ever, they are on their computers, on their smartphones, researching that next purchase. Make sure that you're communicating with them on how you can help them make that happen. Okay, so whether it be personal email messages, personal videos, YouTube videos, kind of like this one, however you guys think is best to communicate with your customers, make sure that you are doing that, okay, and be effective, right? Part sales. I don't know about you guys, but I've had a little bit of extra time in the house over even just the last few days, and what I found myself doing was looking at motorcycles. I've got a new mustache bar that I got to put on my 14 Chief Classic. I'm going to get that done on Saturday. My wife's been talking to me about wanting that new comfort seat for her Bobber 20. That's probably going to happen on Saturday. And your customers are at home thinking the same type of things. Now's the time not only for you and your dealerships, but your customers are looking at projects that they may have time to go ahead and accomplish. Now they've got more time to do that. So make sure you're communicating with them on that. And oh, by the way, as of last Sunday, we've now got up to $500 off of a $2,000 purchase with BG&A for both Indian Motorcycle and Slingshot. Do your customers know about that? Are you making that call to say, hey, Jim, I know you were thinking about that trunk for that Elite. Now's probably a pretty good time to do it, and here's why, right? So make sure that we're on top of that, okay? I mentioned vehicle home delivery. Per your dealer agreement, as long as you interact personally with that customer, they take delivery at their house, you do the right walk around training, and you sign paperwork in person, you can do those things. The other thing I heard that was pretty awesome best practice was a concierge level one-on-one appointment setting strategy where, hey, we don't want big crowds of people in our dealership, but hey, Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith, if you come in, you know, I will have that personal demo experience ready for you to go. I don't want you to get in your way of you know, coming to check out that new Challenger or whatever specific instances out there. Your funnel is probably still full of leads. Make sure that we're calling those people and making sure that they are serviced. They know that you can take care of them, and you're doing it in a creative, thoughtful way, and they will show their appreciation for doing that. Okay. The other thing is I've been hearing a little bit about taking the demo to the customer. This is kind of an idea that was piloted out of the Lexus brand. They're having a lot of success with this right now, and now starting to see it infiltrate power sports here a little bit. It's like, hey, you've been wanting to take that Challenger for a ride, you're serious about it, I'll bring it by sometime. You know, what time works for you? I'll load my trailer up, and you're right down the road from me. I'll have it out front ready to rock and roll, and we can talk about it then. So again, being creative, right? The other thing too, what better social distancing than going out and getting on your motorcycle or getting in your RZR, getting on your boat, whatever the heck it is, and out there recreating, right? We're hearing some of that. So people are not likely, especially as spring hits, to want to just stay and sit in their house. But they will definitely get further acquainted with their motorcycle and other fun stuff that they like to do. All right. So the other thing too is, you know, you probably heard about the Fed cutting rates again. This will mean that people can access money a little bit more reasonably than they could even just a few days ago. So keep in mind that strategy and find effective ways to communicate that. Where if someone is freeing up money from their mortgage or just accessing money in other creative ways at a reasonable rate, they may be doing that just so that they can get their hands on that brand new Indian motorcycle or Slingshot that they've been dreaming about. Okay, so be that person that is top of mind. Get them those videos, get them those emails, make those phone calls, make it personal, but keep in mind the context of what's going on today, and make sure that you know, we're taking care of those customers still. Okay, so more than anything, I say all of this, guys, to say essentially be the example that we should expect from the leaders within the dealership. All right, that will have a trickle-down effect to not only your staff, your teammates, but also your customers. If we take the doom and gloom clamshell approach and we bottle ourselves up and woe is me, that's exactly going to be that self-fulfilling prophecy that happens within your dealership. Okay, don't let it be the case. Stay positive, stay aggressive, continue to reach out to your customers. Okay, one last little housekeeping item. As of 2 nights ago, for those of you that are sharing dealers and set those Indian Motorcycle Power Item profiles with us back in February, you now reap the rewards of doing that. That Power Item profile order is now live and active. You can access it underneath your smart order forms under the PG&A drop-down tab on decks. The really cool thing about this is it pops right to the top of the order form. Those red boxes you'll see over the right side are just indicating the things that you've retailed since February and need to get refilled. It's never been easier to maintain the profiles that we agreed upon in February for your smart stocking levels for Indian motorcycle accessories, and then you get a discount now perpetually to boot. So that's your program moving forward. It should be really cool, really easy. Let me know how it's working out there for you guys. So again, this is Truck Nuggets number 1. Hopefully this was just a quick way to get an update. I will try to keep these shorter in the future, but I want to make sure I got some communication out there to you guys more than anything, just to let you know, listen, Indian Motorcycle and Slingshot and Polaris, the family is here for you. If you need anything, please make sure that your lines of communication are open to us. We'll have my cell phone on me 24/7. Use it. Make sure that you loop Tim and Maddie in with that communication as well. And listen, this too shall pass. Absolutely, no doubt about it. It's going to be a weird time over probably the next few weeks, and people will come back much stronger, and they will be cabin fever to the max. They want to get out and ride. Let's make sure that we stay top of mind now. We close the deals that we can. We think about parts and accessories as well as major unit sales. Do what we can for now, and trust me, that investment will come back to you when we get clear of this thing and stuff gets back to a little bit more normalcy. Okay, so again, Truck Nuggets number 1, thank you very much for checking me out on this thing, and we'll stay in touch. We'll see you guys down the road. Thank you.